I want to bring chaos.
Thank you, Brian, so much.
It's tradition at this point.
Thank you, Brian.
You're welcome. I feel nothing inside.
Oh my god. Alright, well, what a way to begin. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to 20-Sided Archives. I am your Dungeon Master / Archivist, Eli. I am joined, as always, for Chapter 1's Chronicles of Umaria, Shadow Falls, by Jared, playing Theven Winterfall.
Time to kill a bitch.
Shizzle Havard, played by Brian.
I'm at half health and I want to die.
And Redwood of Velico Dravo, played by Casey.
I got a barbershop quartet.
Jared, finish your drink before you spill it all over yourself.
It's not my fault. Casey said that right when I was mid-sip.
Anyways.
I was gonna say something funny.
I knew he was gonna say something.
Anyways. Last where we had left off, our companions here had all traveled in deeper and further north of the Knotted Rise in order to hunt down Olron, Redwood's dragon mentor from several years ago, before they were called upon in order to inspect the Blight by the oracles.
You're my dad. Boogie, woogie, woogie.
Thank you, Casey. When we had just left off, they were mid-combat between a hag and a hobgoblin, who were commanding this cave full of goblins, blocking their exit point, and moving further into the mountain in order to get to Olron himself. Jared.
Yeah.
Theven is toe-to-toe with this nightmarish creature. This ugly visage of, quite literally, fairy tale nightmares. Right in front of you. Purple, deep purple skin, black mane hair, curling horns, tattered clothes, skulls around the belt, all of which glow with undead eyes. You transformed, Barun taking over in this moment through your permission and your body in order to fight this creature in front of you. You're up first.
How banged up is she? Because this is mid-combat.
She is not as banged up as you would hope. She is a meaty creature. She is you can tell that you've obviously landed hits, but she is not as damaged as you would like for someone who has been doing so much damage in return to you.
Alright. Well, Theven ain't quicker, and I'm hoping Barun isn't, so let's just keep clawing at her, keep biting her. With a 19 on the claw attack.
A 19 will hit.
And a mod 20.
A mod 20 will also hit.
16, 14, that is 30 damage.
Jesus, that's not bad, actually.
Wait, I have a question.
What's up?
Jared, you have that cloak, right? The owlbear cloak?
Yeah, I'm wearing that.
You could have used your reaction to activate it and gain advantage.
I'm hitting anyways, so...
I know, it's just...
For next time. If I ever feel like I am gonna miss.
On one attack.
Okay.
Use it for the last one.
So, 7, if you could actually roll me a perception check here.
Okie dokie. Well...
That's good. You look at this hag, you're, like, up close and personal with her right now. She is, like... You're just getting, like, facefuls of, like, stank breath. It's bad. This woman is, like...
Needing to brush her teeth more.
Beady orange eyes looking at you as you get up close and you're like clawing at her. You're doing your attacks, you're doing damage. But they're not going as deep as you would expect as a creature who has a habit of literally decimating anything that's in your way whenever you bust into this form for survival purposes.
I imagine in the Mind's Palace, Seven's just kind of sitting by a rock, roasting an imaginary rabbit on a fire, watching Barun do his work, and like, you know, you're not nearly as good at this as I thought you once were.
You hear Barun speak to you in your head in response. It's literally like the dad watching the kid play like a console game and just like being like
Mario Kart or something.
Or be like constantly like backseat gaming on your kid, just like, no, you're supposed to do this and this. And Barun then goes, I'm trying. Thank you, Seven. Unfortunately, actually,
Your limbs are too short.
Seven, is your claw attacks considered magical? I forgot to ask that.
Don't they do like necrotic?
It's a...
Did I specify that? I don't know if I did.
It would be helpful if it is.
No, it's not specified.
Okay. She is not taking as much damage, and I think you can put together that due to just simply how much magic she's got in her body and being like a creature that's probably from a similar place as Barun, she is not taking as much damage as she would if your like claws and bites and things were infused with magical energy.
Great. So, the way I'm thinking about this, give me back my body. My bow is magical in nature, so I'll just handle her.
Okay, I will say that since this is a tag team opt-out, this will be free.
Okay.
But you will also not be able to. But you won't be able to attack because you did just attack on.
Yeah, because I just attacked. Yeah, that's fair.
So basically, what ends up happening is you're like, all right, give me the fucking controller, and you two. It's like an instant switch. Barun retreats back into your body for you to take over again, and it's like an instant, like just caught, like it's like a weird shedding of an exoskeleton or like a skin that just kind of happens instantaneously as you step back into your body and take control again.
Great! Back to be back in my own skin. Sorry about that. I thought he'd do a lot better. I'll give him a harsh scolding to afterwards. Now, if you would kindly either piss off or die.
The hag just looks to you and goes, "This is the vessel that he ended up choosing for this." As it in like a tone of both mocking and disbelief, like, "Are you kidding me? This is the one."
Yeah.
Well, I'm not quite sure he really chose this, to be honest. I think we're kind of forced together.
I didn't ask for specifics.
Hey, you're the one who mentioned how he chose this. I'm just saying he's not as dumb as you might think he is. He's worse.
He's not stupid enough to pick me.
He's worse. Redwood, it is your turn.
Since I'm no longer holding invisibility, well, not invisibility, pass without trace, I am going to...
Question.
Jared, how you looking?
I'm at 17 health.
Not good.
I'm gonna rush it, Jared.
Alright, you rush over to 7. He's a pretty good distance away from you.
DM, I have a question.
What's up?
So, mirror image is concentration, right?
No.
Mirror image
No?
is not concentration.
No.
Well,
And even with the wild, even if it was, wild magic makes it so I don't have to hold concentration.
that was what I was going to ask. That's honestly actually pretty good.
Oh, it's not calm.
Just a quick thing. Please, if it is not your turn, please save questions until it is. That's all I have to ask.
Okay. All right. Is there a way I can get it so that I have 30 feet between, me, basically making a bubble with a line, 30 feet from Chisel and 30 feet from Thevin?
You can do that if you center it kind of like. So the way that this cave is structured, just for a bit more, like, of an idea, there is this pit with these carved-in stairs that Thevin and the hag are currently facing off against each other in. That's about, like, 30 feet wide. And then it's kind of... Obviously, there's, like, the massive cave dome. But there is sort of, like, these walls with windows carved into them as well. Like, these curved windows. And then there's, like, the platform that's raised just outside this dome leading up to add an extra platform. That each have, like, all those carvings and things that I had mentioned in the last session.
Okay.
The way you were positioned was that there's the two, like, sort of walls with those carved windows into them. The hobgoblin is behind the one towards the back of Thevin, where he is currently facing off with Chisel. You had just rounded the corner to get to this spot. So if you wanted to place that bubble right between, like, basically, like, right pressed up against that wall, you could hit both Thevin and Chisel with this spell.
Okay. The bubble is me. I'm casting Aura of Vitality.
Got it? You cast Aura of Vitality.
It's an action spell, and as basically until the spell ends, it's concentration up to a minute. I can, as a bonus action, heal one creature within my bubble for 2d6. Brian, I know you're gonna be okay. I'm giving this to Thevin for first go.
All right.
I hope you're gonna be okay. If you're not okay, I'll fix it.
9.
Okay, that's movement, action, bonus action, and shrub.
Alright. Shrub, what is Shrub gonna do? Shrub is already ignited, I think.
Fantabulous. Where is she?
Shrub is, like, 5 feet behind Chisel. She literally came in with him.
Okay. If I teleport Brian, can we cause enough of a diversion to get him advantage on the hobgoblin?
I'm gonna say no, because he is literally... I think the thing that would make it work is if the hobgoblin literally watched you ignite Shrub. I think if you were to, like in the previous round, I think if you were to ignite her and then do that teleport or whatever, and the same round, if possible, then that would work. But I think he's got a pretty idea that something is magical is happening with this fox. So I do not believe you would be able to get advantage on the hobgoblin, unfortunately.
Oh, I'm meaning, like, if I use fiery teleportation and teleport Shrub and Jizzle from in front of the guy to behind the guy.
I would say that would... I don't think that would work, unfortunately, no.
Okay. I'm still going to do it.
That's fine. The only
He
reason
needs to
that would
make
work is
a
if they
dex
were...
save.
The only reason that would work is if they were flanking him, and he's not, because teleporting to... doesn't work like that. You said dex save?
Yep.
DC is a 16, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
That's me. Bet you're wondering how I got here.
That is a 19. It's gonna
It all
pass.
started when I went to
Okay.
this tent.
So I'm going to... Well, unfortunately, it doesn't take the damage from it, but I am just warping around Chisel.
Got it.
You could also use your movement to flank him.
He already used his movement to get to the spot where he put the bubble.
I don't know, Shrub.
No, Shrub.
Oh, Shrub.
Shrub movement to flanking.
Shrub movement to flank, so she's in front of
You're
him.
being confusing and flaming.
And on fire.
Okay.
That's what flaming means.
Chisel, you are now
Yes.
behind this hobgoblin with Shrub on the other side in front of him, on fire. She just teleported you. You have advantage because of flanking. So go ahead and give me your attacks, or tell me whatever it is you want to do.
Okay. I would like to. I'm going to actually attack, and I'm going to activate Strike of the Giant,
Okay.
but I have to hit first. 19.
A 19
Um,
does not hit.
it doesn't hit.
It does not hit.
Wait. Huh?
Okay.
No looking shit up. Fuck.
Well, I get to attack again. 19.
This
Cool.
one does hit. That's what happens, unfortunately.
What does? How much does second one give me? 10 plus 7. Okay.
A D10
I'm-
plus level.
Yeah. I'm going to use Second Wind.
Okay.
Which activates Rally Cry, so everyone gains 7 HP.
Yay!
More healing for Thevin after getting his shit kicked in.
Hey,
Yeah, I
Baroon
still
got his
wish
shit
I-
kicked in.
But like,
It unfortunately transfers to you, buddy. That's not unfortunately.
I know. But it's the actions of Baroon.
I really wish I could have hit, but a 19 apparently doesn't hit.
When you're playing, when you're playing a fighter, you either hit or miss. Sometimes you gotta miss, huh?
Alright. Is that the end of your turn, Chisel?
Yeah, that's bonus action. Yeah.
Got it. This hobgoblin, looks to you and is going to take another... Actually, he's going to take his shield and, I'm going to... He's gonna... You see, like, he takes from his back, like, this extra... At first you thought he had a sort of armor that kind of made him look like he had a turtle shell, but he removes the stone shield with, like, leather wrappings around it to act as, like, a secure spot for his arm. Which has been which is, like, clearly part of the wall because of the sort of carvings on it that he just kind of, like, broke away from this cave to turn into an item of defense. And he's going to strike at you with it, like he charges forward with it, like using his shoulder for leverage on it. I'm going to need you to make a strength saving throw for me, please.
14.
Okay. You are not knocked prone, which is good. So there's that. He is going to roll to hit. Your AC is a 15.
Yeah.
Should. Let me see here. It does not hit with it either. So he goes to charge you with it and goes... I think you, like, sidestep him. And he, like, smacks into the wall behind
That cause
you.
opportunity,
No, because he's still within your range.
but shrub.
That is true. I think this would cause attack of opportunity for Shrub. So, 23 hits. Excellent. Alrighty. Shrub does the Shrub notices that he's getting a little bit too far away from her, and she's like, "I don't think so," and just opens her mouth.
And little and fire.
And I think what you see here in this moment, Chisel, is that clearly, like, Redwood activated his arm, right? So his arm is now that rock and magma arm that he got from the encounter that you all had with the creature in the cave. Trub isn't just fire, she is also stone and magma in this moment. So she swirls this ball together of magma and stone and fire and throws it, and does an extra 2 damage to this hobgoblin due to the added stone mixture in the magma. So, Redwood.
Is it just an additional +2 on the damage?
It is an additional +2 on the damage for when your magma arm is activated. But that's still 2 heaps of damage. So that's that. Hobgoblin Captain. Actually, we're gonna roll something here, because he did just smack into one of the walls in this cave.
Oh, it's just caving. That would suck.
He smacks into this. This is a big guy, right? He's a hobgoblin, he's massive. His whole thing is he's supposed to be brute strength. He slams into this wall with his shoulder, and you watch as a crack, thick and long, begins to form up the wall and across the ceiling of this cave, causing small little pebbles to fall. But a crack is beginning to form. I like Brian's face in this moment. He's like, I know what to do with that. Alright. Next up is the hag. So she That's
copyright.
she's just gonna go ahead and attack you again.
Oh, shocking.
She doesn't got
It's
much
a
else to
fisting
do.
up spite.
Actually,
Just
wait.
tell.
She's going to go at. You watch, Steven, as she claps her hands together, releases them, and from each of her fingers on her hands, magic missiles fires. Pure small little beams of energy just pew 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 from her fingertips. These are an insta hit because
Oh, yeah.
magic missile.
It's a magic
missile.
missile. Unless if someone has shield, Casey.
I don't think.
me.
I don't think he can cast shield on another person.
No, but I don't know all of how. I don't know who all of them are hitting. Like it could hit Jared, it could hit Jared, Casey, and I. It could hit Casey and I.
Hits.
Could all be on
Hobgoblin.
Bevan.
It hits a creature. I think it can hit a creature of her choice, but considering the fact that she is face to face with Devin right now, and the hobgoblin is technically handling both you and Redwood at this moment, she's not concerned about you two, so she is going to try and fire this. Spell.
Rude.
It's
I can be
only
target.
3 darts.
That depends on what.
I know what level, but shush.
Because monsters, they don't say what level they cast it at.
No, it doesn't. I think it's just the base level as to
That
what's
does kind of make sense.
So we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna use the blood splatter D4 for this.
Oh boy.
Oh, you have that one too.
I have the blood splatter set. Yeah.
You're lovely.
That is a total of. Wait, that's so.
That's a D4 plus 1.
Well, 3d4 plus 1 each.
3d4 plus 3, technically.
Yeah, 3d4 plus 3. There you go.
Shut up! I'm trying to do calculations.
No.
4, 8.
I speak with enemies.
You take 11 force damage.
Alrighty then.
And Bevan is down.
Nope. Thanks to the healing, I'm not down.
You
Well,
take
even if I didn't have any healing, I wouldn't be
11
down.
force damage. That's it for Unfortunately, it doesn't say she can only cast a spell. She can't do anything else in this moment now. So up to the top of the round, 7, you are going. Redwood, you are on deck.
All right. First thing, bonus action, place a hunter's mark on her. And now,
This is where he
I
just
imagine
decimates my encounter.
since we're so close range, Devin, along with just doing the mark itself, he's gonna quickly do like a quick smack on her face to put the blood on her, just as a little bit of disrespect. Simba.
Not the Simba. Okay. You Simba this bitch.
Yep. That's a 21 to hit.
21 will hit.
A 3? Yeah, let's re-roll that damage die. There we go. Hunter's Mark damage, fair enemy damage, Colossus Slayer damage, Hemocraft damage, and then yeah.
Can you roll the Hunter's Mark, or is it just
No.
bow damage?
It's just bow, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I can't re-roll the Hunter's Mark.
Give me 1 second.
The only reason why I can re-roll the bow damage is because of the Piercer feat.
Okay. You fire this really loaded shot. She can, her eyes kind of widen as she sees, the sudden shift from the lack of magic within your attacks from before when you were shapeshifted into Ba-Rune's monster form to this attack when you fire off this arrow filled with magic of various kinds, originating from the Feywild because of Ba-Rune and your own magic due to your Blood Hunter stuff. And she looks taken aback for a moment because this is the first time she's seen anything like a Blood Hunter, because you are the first of your kind.
Yeah.
So she sees this blood and she gets smacked in the face with it, and she's like, "Yeah, what is this?" And the moment,
does it burn?
What in the what?
That's
Ew!
insane.
She's confused for a minute, and I think that's what catches her off guard as you fire and gives you that window as you fire this bow, and it digs deep into her shoulder, and she takes the hit. She wraps her fingers around the arrow and pulls it free from her shoulder. She will do damage to herself.
Oh.
But she is ripping it free from her shoulder, so it doesn't slow her down. So I'm going to attach, because she is ripping this free, we're going to give her another d6 worth of damage. She only takes 1 additional damage from yoinking an arrow out of her shoulder, which is funny.
That's not really something you're supposed to do with an arrow, you know. I'm not sure how many arrows you stuck into people, but typically ripping them out only makes it worse. Eli's currently taking a sip and flipped me off.
Sip, just...
Alright! So that was your turn. So that takes her down to that.
And to those watching why I can do a point-blank shot and not be at disadvantage is because I have the close range shooter fighting style.
Alright.
It's honestly very good.
Redwood, it is your turn. Chisel, you are on deck.
Redwood is going to cast Scorching Ray at 4th level.
Okay.
With 3 shots of the Hobgoblin, 2 with the Hag.
Okay.
First 3 Hobgoblin.
All of those hit except for the 15. So,
I have a question. Does flank work with range?
Flank doesn't count as
No.
range.
No.
Okay.
And I still have my arm active, so those increase in damage by a die type to d8s. So 2d8 per, right? Yeah, so 2d8 per attack. So I'll just roll all 4. 24 damage against the Hobgoblin. Hobgoblin. And then, since I cast at 4th level, 2 shots at the Hag.
Okay.
Is that good?
It's honestly taking a minute for it to show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 2027.
Yeah, my internet's a little funky. 20
yeah.
and then 27.
20 and 27, both of those will hit.
Okay, so another 48 at Hago. And then my Aura of Vitality activates. I'm keeping Thevin up.
Thank you.
I'll get to you eventually, Brian. Thevin's just...
I'm honestly at like 3/4 of my HP currently.
Okay.
Remind me again, Renwood, when your magic, wild magic thing happens. It's above... What level is it?
Every time I cast a first level spell or above, you can have me roll a d20, and if I get a natural 1, wild magic will occur. Unless I take off my little shield, in which case you could just say, hey, you cast a first level spell,
No.
go away.
So I'm going to need you to roll that d20 for me again, please.
Okay. Fine.
Fine.
I still have my shield up.
You still have your shield. You also still have your, quartet with you.
Mm-hmm. No one's bothering to shoot me. We're okay.
No one's tried to hit you yet.
Also, Shrub is going to take her shot at Hobble.
Gobble.
21.
21 hits.
7. And that's with the additional. I have it set up.
Thank you.
Does he explode?
He does not explode.
Aw.
So Shrub opens her mouth, does that charge up flame ball, fires it. Chisel, it is your turn.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
What could I use impact on the wall?
You can use impact on whatever you want.
I'm more
You
asking,
can
does
use
it
it on
require
Shrub.
does it matter if it's on the floor or could I use it on like a wall or something?
You can... Well, so impact affects terrain. So it would
Yes.
have to be on the floor, unfortunately.
Okay. Well, I am going to impact the hobgoblin.
Okay.
going
No.
But he still has to do
He still needs to make that strength save, right?
Yep.
Okay. It's only a 12, I know that much.
Yep.
Okay.
Or he's knocked prone.
He passes, unfortunately.
Okay. I am going to
Second attack him.
yeah, I'm going to second attack him.
Go ahead.
Shrub!
Right! Right, because flanked!
That's a 25!
That's a natural 20 for 25. Okay, go ahead and roll me that damage.
Okay.
I was looking at the 17. Thank you, Casey, for keeping me honest, because I completely forgot.
Regular damage.
Alright.
Hold on. This is Strike the Giant. And then he has to
Rule
make
12.
a con save. Or he is now frozen.
Hold on, let me put all this in.
That is 18 damage.
Well, we have to multiply it, remember? Because you did get a nat 20.
Oh, right.
36 damage. Hey, can you please be so kind as to subscribe to me how you want to do this?
I did it!
Gobble gobble!
Woo!
Gobble gobble go go popo.
I'm honestly thinking Chisel's a little angry that he missed the first time.
Okay.
So using all of his strength, he's just gonna swing sideways, impacting the hobgoblin and the wall.
Ooh, okay. I want you to go ahead and just roll me a strength check. You did kill the hobgoblin, so you actually hear the sound of stone armor cracking along with bone as his chest caves in and instant kills him.
That's the 13 on the strength check.
Okay. You hit the wall. Go ahead and roll me your Warhammer damage. You will need to pass this threshold to do more damage.
4.
You do not pass the
I'm
threshold.
very glad I rolled low on that.
But you do manage to end this hobgoblin's life with a side smack to his chest. Well done.
I'm going to now go get food before it gets cold.
Good idea. Yes. It is now the hag's turn. Hag notices, I think at this point, Redwood, you are casting spells, especially after getting shot in the face twice with 2 beams of fire. Are you actually like, I wonder who did that?
No, it's fairly obvious I've got the glowing halo of magic around me, the fucking trio of illusions, and the fire shooting from my hands. I don't think I can just go, how odd.
She is once again going to cast Magic Missile.
Shield.
Okay. That doesn't matter because it's an auto hit?
No.
Description of
and you
shield
take no
literally
damage
says-
from magic missile.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, so she doesn't manage to hit you. She sees that it bounces off of you. Oh yeah, and then
Flips her off.
4 separate birds get thrown her away from you as you give her the most rude gesture of all of Umaria. I do think she starts
Imagine getting flipped off 8 times by the same guy.
the ultimate level of disrespect. Redwood.
She tried magic missiling me.
Yes, I tried magic missiling him.
Does nothing.
Yeah. So she's gonna start moving in your direction. 7, you do have the opportunity for an attack here because she is moving out of your range. I would say this would be opportunity for a melee attack, not for a range attack.
Use your dagger.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm using the dagger. That's 12.
Not gonna do it, bud.
Yeah, I figured. Oh, bloody hell. I'm not quite used to using this thing. But I assume I turn next, correct?
Yes, and then Redwood, you are on deck.
Yeah. So then, putting the dagger back, it's like, oh well. Oi, hag! You're fighting me! As I take a shot at her.
Okay. That's a 30! It all turns around once you left the state of being a monster in Barun.
Yep.
You should have made
Arun's
it an
just
action.
bad.
I should have, but I didn't, so that's on me. 11.
What's with the hunter's mark going only getting ones?
10, 12, 13, 20,
Oh my god, it doesn't matter.
23.
Thank
But
you.
it could be more.
You don't need more damage!
You know what? I want to do this calculation.
Honestly, the Warcaster feat would have been great from you, Jared.
So, you shoot an arrow into this hag's back. It doesn't stop her. She gets... Obviously, it's not her turn, but, in real time, because this all technically happens simultaneously, she is still moving as you fire a shot at her. Redwood, it is your turn. Chisel, you are on deck.
So, she's walking at me?
She is moving towards you, yes.
She's approaching very slowly. She's an old hag.
She's got 30 feet of movement, my guy. She's doing her best.
Hey, I have 25. I don't want to hear it from a hag.
Well, to be fair, she's taller. Literally, the only reason why your movement is 5 feet slower is because you got tiny legs.
You're small.
I'm gonna cast the 3rd level Burning Hands.
Ooh, okay. She needs to make a dexterity save. Okay.
Yep.
And
toss Jared his healing real quickly.
Yay!
let me check. Okay, so she...
You should really stop that, Casey. You're making your camera go to 8 pixels.
Wow! She got a natural 1 on this saving throw.
Ha!
Does that mean a grievance wound?
It does mean a grievous wound.
Ooh. See Quispy.
So
Carapash rises.
hang on, so that was okay. So you fire this. I think it's not burning. It's like burning hands and burning torpedo is basically what it is, because it's like your one hand is still normal, but you're also like you've got the additional bonus from your.
Oh right, that was supposed to be changed into D8s. Do you want me to re-roll that damage?
Just go ahead and add an extra die type onto that.
So just toss another D6 on?
Yeah, just toss another d6.
5.
23.
Okay, so you do pretty hefty chunk of damage here. I want you to go ahead and actually no, I'm going to roll this because I like doing that.
I Quispy her nose.
Okay. So tell me exactly where you were trying to aim on this woman, on this hag.
Well, Burning Hands is honestly a curtain of fire. So I don't think there was a specific spot aimed. I think it was more just pushing fire in that direction. I checked really quickly. How far is Jared from me?
It's about.
I can take it.
He's further away. He's further away. The hag was like within the range of
It's
the
a
spell.
15-foot cone. Okay.
So he is further away.
I'm like, wait,
Hold-
Jared.
Hold on. So you fire this beam at this hag, but you also, with your arm being made of this magma stone, you fire pellets of rock at her, of molten rock as well. Kind of in a similar fashion to that of a shotgun. And
Buckshot or birdshot?
Gunshot.
buckshot, because the way that it ends up coming out is that she, like, her, like, entire left side just gets shredded all the way up from, like, mid-rib, like, the middle of her rib cage to, like, her shoulder. Massive claw damage. Like, you can see bone. It's like some of the stones actually get stuck in her flesh. You see, like, gouges of it taken off from her shoulder, and she stumbles back screaming bloody murder as blood, like, rivulets of blood.
Too.
Yeah, and so it's like, so you guys smell, like, bits of burning flesh from that have been immediately cauterized from this injury as this shotgun shot of rock goes off on this hag. I love Casey's face of being like, oops.
That would use this spell as a deterrent, and he blew off half of her body, and so he's like,
Meanwhile, Evan's like, what the hell, mate? Why haven't you done that before? That was epic.
You literally heal the sizzling of, like, bacon and things like that from her flesh as it, like, bubbles and cauterizes, and it's actively, like, smoking. And she's just like, I'm going to kill you!
Looks like you have a foot halfway in the grave already, lass.
Flame Seed does not hit, unfortunately.
I'm going to kill you.
The fuck was that? Chisel, it is your turn.
How far away is she from me?
She is 45 feet. You will have to dash, unfortunately, to get there.
Not with gun.
Unfortunately,
It's a chain
gunslinger fighter is not a thing in this yet.
I'm the closest we're gonna get to it.
If I throw my hammer, could I activate impact?
I would say you'd need to have a hold on your hammer in order for impact to work. Impact is literally you slamming into the ground with your hammer to create both rough terrain and to knock your opponents down. It is unfortunately not something that you can just activate on a person at will.
Can I move in front of Redwood? And I would like to hold action.
You would still be moving 45 feet.
To Redwood.
Yes, dashing
30
takes...
feet to me.
Dashing still takes an action for you.
Yeah. We have it centered, so it's 30 feet to me, 45 to the hag.
I guess I'll dash and move to Redwood.
Okay.
Actually, no, that's 50 feet. I'll just move to Hag.
Okay. You're now right up in the hag's business.
Okay. I'm literally giving them a target instead of Redwood, who is currently healing everyone.
I don't think you can convince her.
No, but if she moves out of my range, I can impact her with a opportunity attack. Because it all determines if I hit on my hammer.
She's a ranged spellcaster.
Not if she's prone.
So the hag, you've moved. The hag is going to also move to get that last 15 feet into you. So Chisel, that is your opportunity attack. Go ahead and roll. Nope.
Okay.
Redwood, you are now face to ugly face with this creature. She is towering over you. You didn't really get a good idea of her height up until this point, but you are over 6 feet, right? 6'4" or something like that. She is 7 feet tall. And you just shotgunned her shoulder off with rocks and fire. She is not happy with you.
Would that give her disadvantage with magic?
No.
No? Oh.
It does, however, give her disadvantage with one of her claw attacks. So she is going
What
to
claw?
use 2 melee attacks on you.
Joke's on you. He has a higher AC than me.
It's only a 16.
Shield.
That's my AC. Beats?
No, I'm
That's
saying
what meat
he
tastes
he was saying that her AC is higher than him.
Oh.
He only has a 15. You're only a single point higher than him. Hang on. Blech. Voice crack. So first attack does not. First attack does not hit due to her limp arm. The second attack does hit, however. So I'm going to need you to.
Barbs.
Fuck you. All right.
I didn't know you had that spell.
Everyone forgets I have that.
Unfortunately, it still hits. Good call, though.
Okay, Chisel gets the advantage.
Okay, you give the advantage to Chisel. I'm going to need you to make me a con saving throw against her necrotic damage that she does to you here.
Cool. Hold on.
I hope she's bulletproof because this is gonna hurt.
18.
Okay, you successfully pass. You do not take any of the necrotic damage that she was going to hit onto you. But you do see that despite her weak attempt, she does manage to get a decent claw hit onto you. I'm going to need you to take for me a total of 7 slashing damage. And
Thanks for that help, Chisel.
And 7, you are up.
Yeah. Still gonna shoot a bitch.
Go ahead.
Oh. 17, I do believe that.
Meets beats. It's the way we do things
Oh.
here. Beats beats. Okay. Okay.
I guess since the spellcast has a lower armor class than the warrior.
21, 24.
Yep.
Either
Alright.
you die now or you become a pincushion.
She's becoming a pincushion. She is not dying. But she is looking rather hurt, thanks to your shot. I think what ends up happening when you fire these shots because of your hemocraft, essentially, not only is you're piercing these creatures, but you're also causing the blood flow to happen a lot more rapidly than just a simple arrow shot would.
Hemophilia.
So that is
No.
your turn. Redwood, you are up.
Turns out
He's in my
Devin's
face?
blood gives rabies.
She is
Yes.
in your face.
Yeah. Sad. Wait, actually, hold on. I think I might have not used the spell correctly. No, it's an action. Okay, that's fine. Steel healing 7.
Yee.
Now go ahead and give me Shrub's attack if she does an attack.
Shrub's gonna move her 30 to me, and we're gonna teleport over to where Chisel is.
Okay, so you teleport behind her. She needs to make that dexterity save.
Mm-hmm.
She fails, so she takes that 6 fire damage.
So, Redwood teleports next to Chisel. Hey, bud! And that's where that advantage from the silver barbs comes in.
Chisel, it is your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna walk the 15 feet. And I try to pummel her.
Alright. 22 hits.
22. Okay. That is 3 bludgeoning plus a d6 frost. And again, 22. 4. And
Oh, 12.
yeah. I forgot to activate Giant Strike. Oops.
You pummel her with these 2 strikes. She is on the brink of death's door.
I really wish I had like something where I could use my bonus action to hit her with the end of the warhammer or something.
Yeah, unfortunately, that is not something that you have.
It's the hag's turn.
It is the hag's turn. She's pissed. You're right there. She's going to swing at you twice. Still has disadvantage with her second arm. Actually, hold on a second here.
Died.
Let me just double check a certain spell here.
Do you have counter spell?
No.
Oh. Actually, as a gnome, I have intelligence, wisdom, and charisma saving throws against magic. So
How much HP do you currently have?
me, I have 57. You're trying sleep, aren't you?
I am trying sleep. I'm gonna take a shot in the dark here. That's 3.
Honestly, sleep. As a player, sleep isn't that good.
It's mainly good
It's
for like,
a
low-level
niche.
encounters.
It's a
It's a
very
good mid
niche
to end
spell.
battle spell.
Either mid
I
to
thought
end
it was
battle.
max HP.
No, it's current.
No, current.
Also, it's
So
like
it's a
if
good
you-
mid to end combat spell.
or just in a room full of kobolds and you put most of them to sleep. It's action economy.
Right, remind me. How much HP did you say you had?
57.
Thank you.
I think it's 5d10. Or is it 8d10?
It's 5d8.
Ah. Yeah, I don't think there's any way for you to.
Well,
That's less than what I have.
is anyone at 18 HP or below that at this current moment? No? Alright.
It usually starts with the first one and then trickles over.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So, she tries to pop off the spell. You guys feel that sort of feeling of someone trying to render you unconscious, pass through your body, and fail?
How much HP does Shrub have?
How much HP does your fox have, Casey?
25.
Okay!
I'm like, uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
If she can't beat the shit out of anyone else, she's gonna beat the shit out of the fox.
Oh no!
So that is her turn.
The hag says, play dead.
7, you're up.
Yeah. Hold on, I swear to God, if you just don't lay over and die, I'm gonna get pissed.
18 hits. Dude, she's
you
dead.
need a
She's
macro
dead.
button?
She's dead. Chill. She's at 5 HP. Stop.
So you
No.
So you mean I could have killed her if I had Hill Giant Strength on?
If you
Such a D6?
if you had managed to get that 5 with that Hildebrand strength that you forgot about, you would have killed her. Yes.
I'm so sad.
7, if you could please describe to me what it looks like as you finish off this hag.
So she's currently facing Redwood, right?
You're facing me.
She's
Or facing
face-
Chisel.
Yeah, she has her back to this wall, this stone wall behind her, and she's like looking down at Chisel. She just attempted to cast a spell. You had watched her do it, but it failed.
So Devidas calls out, "Oi, bitch! If you don't die from this, I'm getting really mad." I guess it catches her attention a bit as the arrow flies directly in the face, piercing her bulbous nose, going into the head. I imagine the strange concoctions of my own magic and hers kind of mix together, causing a rupture. It goes pop.
I'm glad I'm not eating. Hey, you said how do you want to do it?
Did say, how do you want to do it? Alright. You take down these two incredibly strong individuals in this cave of death that's been desecrated by goblins. And in this moment, I think there's a brief moment of lull. The goblins that ran around this place aren't here in the moment. They're too busy hunting for you guys, not realizing that you had already found their leaders and had attacked and killed them. You hear the sound of footsteps as the goblins finally return to the center, having looked through all of the corridors and caves and things in this place, finding you three standing over the bodies of their masters. One who wears a similar attire to the one with the headdress on that you had first killed when you arrived to rescue that man from earlier. Looks to the three of you and reaches down to his belt and pulls out a horn and blows into it, signaling, hey, they're here. there with me, come to me. And you all hear the trembling of footsteps quickly scurrying down the hall. There's definitely more goblins than guys can all handle at once.
So real quick, I'm gonna
Can I do
try
something?
something. Devin, with his mask down, is gonna calmly walk over to him, purposely stepping in some of the piles of blood so we get that splash splash going. Kneels down to the goblin, puts his hand on the goblin's shoulder. It's like, right. So you have a death wish, huh? All your little buddies too? If not,
Intimidation.
turn around and say it was a false alarm. Yeah, intimidation. Hopefully
Okay.
with advantage.
I would say yeah with advantage because you are on top of them. 17. Okay. We're gonna do a quick little thing here. This goblin looks to you and spits in your face.
Right, so you have a death wish.
As you say that, the hallway behind him floods with goblins that see you, and you also see out of your peripheral as well. More groups of goblins begin to flood in from other corridors. They see.
Can I do something stupid?
What is this something stupid that you would like to do?
There's a new type of magic here, and it's really important that I actually study it. So, can I jump in one of the pits and cut off a zombie head to take with us?
Right. Sure. Roll to
I'm gonna
hit.
use primal savagery, slice off a head, and just fucking grab it, bag it, run.
Okay. Grab, bag, and run. You grab the head of
tied
a,
up.
You grab the head of a zombie. You bag it. You run. Shrubs behind you.
So
I was running.
You're running as well. Okay. So
and with the, I imagine like Red, what's the first act? So he just goes ahead to get the zombie head, and Devin's pretty much alone. So it's like, wait, then fog cloud.
Okay, you cast fog cloud instantly, dropping it on top of everything here. And I'm assuming you run for the exit.
Yeah, running for the exit.
Okay. You drop this fog cloud. You sprint out of there as fast as possible.
You just see Chisel holding like the man we were saving.
I was about to ask, do you grab the man on your way out?
Yes, I do.
So you grab the man. He is groaning in pain. He's kind of like on that cusp of consciousness and unconsciousness that one has whenever they've been like severely injured, but they're still like
he is delirious.
He's delirious. And you start moving further and further out of the cave. Eventually, Chisel, because you know your way around this place, you guys make it towards the exit almost instantly. But the problem is the goblins are still on your tail.
I have an idea. I'm going to hand over the body to Devin and smash my warhammer into the wall, trying to cave the entrance in.
Okay. Go ahead and roll to hit.
I am going to activate Owlbear's Endurance.
Okay.
And Giant Strike.
Okay.
So this is with advantage. 23.
Okay. Hits.
Damage.
Yep, roll damage.
Damage. This is Hail Giant. That is Frostbringer. And that's 17 damage.
You take this hammer, raise it up, swing it into like, because the way that the cave like mouth is, it's like obviously like an arch. You smack into it in order to start making it stumble and fall, and you crack it, and this crack builds up, hits the top, and because of the weaker structure integrity of something that is curved, it collapses. Boulders fall in on top of these hordes of goblins that try to attack you, blocking their exit out, blocking your entryway in as well, should you return here.
We'll go grab food. If worst comes to it, I have one spell slot for freaking Pass Without Trace.
But you're all out. You're done. You all had a very grueling experience getting out of this place. But you are once again back within the mountains.
Right, so who's up for just traveling a little bit, get far away from this cave, and making camp?
I'm ready to pass out.
I think that's a good idea. We also have a very unconscious man with us still.
I know, he's on my back. I feel him, I'm hearing him. So let's go find a place to rest.
Has it been an hour yet? No? Okay.
That is like a minute, maybe 2 at most. Because of the fact that it's like
6 seconds.
6
for every
seconds
person.
per round and stuff. So
Which I honestly think that's it's the rules and everything, but 6 seconds is not it's not a lot of time.
no, you're fighting to stay alive. Of course, it doesn't take a lot of time.
But
We're going.
Fireball uses a lot of materials and a lot of speech, and it takes 6 seconds.
I don't know what you want me to
As-
tell you.
It's a gripe that I've
I
had since
believe-
starting.
It all boiled down to just a mathematical formula that's easier for people to recognize and plan around.
Anyways, we're going to have you guys set up camp. We're going to take a quick break because I have to use the bathroom. So we will be right back, everybody.
Yeah.
As soon as Casey gets
we have returned.
Yee.
Ah,
Took a quick break for everybody. We are back. You have all managed to get a good, decent distance away from the cave that you had just exited from, that had collapsed behind you after Chisel had broken it. There is a man in one of your bedrolls, or like one of the skirts, like skins and things you use as a bedroll. Unconscious. Very much injured. Delirious. And is kind of just not in a good space period right now, as you guys all hunker down for the evening. Redwood. Roll me a survival check, if you'd be so kind.
that's one of the things I'm good at. 13.
Lucky number 13.
You look
That's unlucky.
7.
you look around, and judging from both the space around you and everything, you see signs of something large having passed through this area. There are deep gouges in stone. There is, I hate to say it, fecal matter from something large. Tall spires of stone have been toppled over and crumbled. You have a feeling from what you are seeing in the area around you, kind of just scattered about. You're getting close to your destination.
Alright, everybody. We're getting closer. If
Hey.
we want to rest, we need to rest now while we're on the edge of this thing's territory.
Hey, right
We
on
don't
it.
have much magic left.
I just say we take the night, get some rest, and we'll be good in the morning. As Thevin
Chisel's just
instants
gonna-
into his trance.
Chisel's just gonna silently raise a finger and then fall forward.
You fall forward. I was going to do a cute thing and say that you fall forward into Shrub, who's just like kind of used to you doing this at this point, but Shrub is also the acting fire, so maybe not. So you fall.
Rob gets put out by being landed on.
You fall forward into your bedroll. I guess Redwood, that leaves
I will
base.
sleep. There is a man in my bedroll.
You say this and you look around and everyone else is already unconscious.
Alright. I've got first watch.
You take
Thankfully, with 2 elves, it only takes you, what, 4 hours to sleep? While
Yep.
it takes me 8.
yeah. So Redwood, take first watch for the night. Looking around. Roll me. There's a set of claw marks, actually kind of not too far from where you guys are making camp. I think you go over to it, like you feel a pull towards it for one reason or another. You look at these sets of claw marks. They're what you expect for something of Olron's size. Do you wish to inspect them further?
Yeah. And I think I'm gonna do a little bit of magic as well.
Okay.
Wild Cunning allows me to know about cracks and marks within range, which is 120 feet, and gives me advantage on survival checks for, well, to follow tracks, but kind of just advantage.
Okay. So, what are you exactly trying to glean as you look at these claws? At these claw markings?
I'm trying to identify how long ago these were made, and if there are a lot more in the area, signaling we're actually closer than we assume, and seeing if there are other animal claw marks if this was a rivalry between two species.
Go ahead and roll me survival, and then I want you to also pair that with a perception check.
25 survival.
Okay.
And a perception check is 11.
You look around, you see a few other sort of tracks in the area. In terms of for your survival check, these claw markings here close to this cave are a little bit fresher. They're not as worn down by weather and the snow. They're not as filled with water or ice as other claw marks that you note in the area can see. In terms of a territory fight, you sniff. I hate to say it, but I think you do like get close to it and you like sniff, and you see these claw marks. You smell dragon urine, unfortunately, but two distinct
I'm a
scents.
druid.
Yeah, two distinct scents of dragon urine.
Where has he found another?
Could be a mate. It could be a rival. It could be children
Yeah, but there are only 2 dragons currently
that you know of.
that he's told me of.
Like I said, that you know of.
We're close. There's something we don't know. I don't like not knowing. Alright. I need something to occupy my time. Oh, right. I'm gonna pull the head out of his back.
Oh, okay, so we're investigating the head now. We go from one terrible thing to another. Great. You pull
Well,
the...
he's like, it's close. There are 2 dragons. I don't know what to do with this information. It's probably bad. I can't think about this right now. Let's study magic.
You look at this head. I would like to say also, this thing is still alive.
That's why I cut off the head.
Got
I
it.
couldn't take the whole body.
No, the head is still actively alive, so you pull it out and the first thing you hear is...
Aren't you mournful?
It's classic, like... It's a classic sort of case of, you know, rotten flesh, patched hair, polar skin, eyes that were once dead, now brought back. Not a pretty sight. It's gross.
What I'm going to do is much like how my identify spell is taking that piece of string and letting it wrap around something, is I'm going to take that magic thread and I'm going to try and connect with whatever this magical energy is to not analyze, but mostly identify with a type of magic. I haven't run into necromancy before. So I'm trying to touch that territory, see what makes necromancy different, see if that's something in my grasp.
I think I just got attacked by a moth.
So you got
Moths
attacked
don't
by
attack
spells.
people.
Oh, I wasn't attacked by a moth.
What did you get attacked by?
I got attacked
I'm
by
a
a...
zombie moth.
I got attacked by a pill. I got attacked by my medication.
Those-
I got attacked by my
Those don't
medication.
attack people, Eli.
My medication threw itself at me.
It's
Not
trying
hostile.
to. It's trying to remind you to take your medication.
He took my medication. I think
Eat me.
this is a pill that I lost last time. Because I had actually like brushed my desk with my blanket and my one pill like disappeared. And I think it came back to haunt me.
Eat me.
Take your medication, folks.
I am unmedicated, so I don't have
Same.
medication.
If you take medication, remember to take it. And keep an eye
Even
on
if
them,
you don't
too.
take medication, remember to take your medication.
Nah.
But, so, I want you to roll me an Arcana check here. With advantage, because you are...
drugs.
Because you are, connecting to it in more than just one way.
What?
That's a natural 20 on Arcana. Oh!
Figure out what necromancy is.
I like this.
Does Roguewood become a
Can
lich?
I describe? Can I take the reins here?
No, because you don't know how necromancy works. You also...
In this world.
You also... Yeah, in this world, you
There's
don't
a
know how it
direction
works.
Casey is trying to take this. And the reason I'm delving the diseases and the zombies and
But it's not what you think it is. Necromancy was actually... You remember necromancy being brought up by Nuntius? You remember Nuntius when Seven had brought up necromancy, you remember the look of confusion and concern that passed over Nuntius's features before. And I think you look back on that in that moment as you connect to this here, because necromancy was actually a sort of divine right. Necromancy was a magical way granted by clerics through special permissions and special circumstances for people to say their last goodbyes to family who they could not say their last goodbyes to. It was when a person dies, their soul has to pass through some sort of realm in order to go to where it needs to, or where it's designated to by the gods. This place is known as the Abyss, the Void, the Nothing, where everything comes from and is created in, but nothing remains.
Is it primordial soup?
it's a stew.
It is a place filled with magic that nothing can be in for long periods of time, but acts as a bridge from one world to another. To hold a being there, for a being to hold itself there, it has to be done willingly, and it can only be done for a certain amount of time, not very long. The body, the way that it works is it is preserved in a way to act as a gateway for a very brief moment for someone to sort of, like, watching a TV. It allows a person to see and hear what is happening and interact in a way through this body in limited ways, so they can communicate with family and things like that as a sort of last rite before passing on. Someone has taken this divine rite, this clerical ritual here, and twisted it. You feel no connection to a soul or a spirit with this body. Meaning that someone has taken control of the body without the consent of the spirit. Furthermore, it means that the spirit is trapped within the abyss and cannot leave, resulting not only in a corruption of the body, but a corruption of the soul and the spirit. It is a sacrilegious rite. It is a twisted form of incredibly dark magic that you have never seen before, but know for a fact it's probably the main reason that the gods want to start fighting this undead crisis. It is definitely one of those things where it is not a magic to take lightly, in the fact that not only is the body used in a puppet-like manner, but it is also entrapping spirits within the abyss, resulting in their corruption and torment. They are unable to move on as a result. You get this information.
So, I think Redwood wants to use his magic, and he wants to try and push out this other source. Not brutally murdering or smashing, just pushing off the tethers that are holding it. It sounds strange, but almost like trying to scrape butter off toast.
It's a pretty interesting description, and it is pretty apt for what's happening here. You use... I will actually let this 22 and your Arcana check from before help with this. You reach in to a space that you've never reached into before. Your magic relies on touching the weave and the arcane in a way that allows you to craft it into magical tapestries, and you also rely heavily on the natural world around you to act as a catalyst through your domain to cast spells as well. You are touching something that is very much there and not, matter and non-matter, physical and non-physical, everything and nothing. And it feels both like a feeling of warmth and cold, wholeness and emptiness. You touch this spirit, try to connect to it, and what you get back is kind of like a radio static. It's a white noise. There's no distinct voice to it. And I think you can tell from the way that how much the corpse of this head has rotten, that there's not much to save of this spirit. It has been within the abyss too long. It has taken far too much corruption from being within the abyss to be considered salvageable.
So, I reach my weave around the strings that hold this thing through necromancy, and gently, surgically, I pluck them out to try and sever the connection that is holding this corrupted body and soul here. Just to let it go.
You... I think it's not so much plucking for you. You remember the words of Ithis. Remember what she told you in terms of saving Olron and what must be done. And how the only way to clean a wound and to help heal a wound is to carve it out and cauterize it. And you basically burn that tether that keeps that corrupted spirit bound to this head and therefore body. Burn it away. And in a sense, you cleanse the spirit, but not in the way that you had initially desired, in that you remove it from the abyss and from existence, so that way it cannot be used again in such a horrible and binding way. When you do this, the head goes limp and simply becomes that of a head, of a long dead corpse.
Bedwood, using his own hands, makes a small hole in the dirt. Bury the head.
You bury the head. And I think this is a perfect spot to end the session. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us for this episode of 20-Sided Archives, Chronicles of Umaria, Chapter 1, Shadow Falls. We hope you enjoyed. We'll pick up next time in reaching the dragon's lair within the mountains.
Finally.
Time to make patricide happen.
Or not!
We will see you next week. Bye!
Bye.